Some are the most varied among the abilities, with many strong characters, and some have the best fighting abilities of the trait type, while others show tremendous power in support rather than attack, etc. They can do a wide range of things, and some are cool, making them the most popular line of abilities. In this article, I will introduce the strongest of such trait type telekinetic abilities in a ranking format. I am judging them based on my own judgment and prejudice, so there may be some who may think that is not the case, but please enjoy it as you watch this and think about the ranking in your own mind as well. If you enjoyed watching this video, please let me know in the comments section what you think of the rankings you gave the highest ratings. What's up with you, readers? Although telekinesis is not suitable for everyone, basically, the other 5 lines can be acquired through training. However, for private terrain, it is absolutely impossible to acquire through training. Those who can use special terrain either have it congenitally due to a special bloodline or upbringing, or their abilities are acquired and changed to special terrain due to some influence. According to the personality analysis of Hisoka by Aura, he is defined as an individualist and charismatic. In addition, the triangular formula undergoes a different change from the other 5 systems, and can be beaten and mistakes can boil over with a different odor. Let's take a look at the ranking of these trait-based abilities. Number 9 Neon. Neon is the daughter of the head of the At family, one of the mafias that appeared in the Breakthrough edition. As a daughter in a box who grew up spoiled by her father, she is quite selfish, and if she wakes up the Baron once when shopping, she will shake the telekinetic guards around until they are exhausted. Her telekinetic ability is Lovely Ghostwriter. It is a rare type of telekinetic who had the ability not by training but congenitally. It is enviable to be born with the ability of a special deformity. The content is the ability to divine the future of others, written in the form of a 4-line poem by an automatic scribe, and the soothsayer is said to consist of 4 to 1,000 4-line poems, implying what will happen each week of the month. The other members who were divined in the Baku's manifestation were supposed to have avoided death according to the plan written in the divination, but it is rumored among fans that this Sama may still be alive. The reason is that the divine Soroku died under circumstances similar to those described. The ability itself was stolen by a professional and became unusable, but it has been suggested that he may have already died, as he had disappeared from Kurlo's book at some point. 8 Igor. And Igor is the name of the 3 stone family members that Tomoki, who had just started the game in the Greed Island version, took to the 3 stone family members' places. It is the murder tree that was. He tries to kill Gon and the others, but is turned back by Baisuke, and is then forced to accompany Kentakirua in his training for 2 weeks, eventually becoming overwhelmed by the only 2 people he has hidden. His telekinesis ability is to eat hair cut with Scissorhands. Beauty use scissors, which allows him to learn information about his opponent's physical body. It is quite a perverse ability. However, this made it possible to reveal Bisque's age for the first time by eating 3 hairs. Thereby, when he and the Prince of the Day learn of Baisuke's ability, he chooses to fight as a dancer instead of using scissors. As a result, he was defeated miserably by Baisuke and became Gon and Kirua's training partner, but he was let go on the condition that he would leave Kafuku Island and learn about the beast, heart-burned by the straight-faced attitude of the book. The 7th ranked character, Dole, is a lion-type chimera ant who also served as the leader of the 1000th. He is very prolific and ambitious, and tries to profit from his organization by getting along well with others, and he was in direct contact with Felipe and others. His telekinesis ability is the ability to temporarily borrow the special abilities of an opponent who has been hit with a mental pod. The embodied luminescent device issued a sort of compensatory ability, which could be used to activate the target ability by tearing it short in the hand. There are 2 conditions for renting the ability for 1 hour at a time: to actually see the other person's ability or to know the name of the ability, and then to confirm with the other person that he or she is selling his or her favor to the other person and obtain his or her consent. You could also listen to music with earphones, and Ball timed his rentals while listening to music with it. Simply put, he was a caregiver for Chloro's ability skill hunter, but the conditions under which he could rent his ability were rather loose, and unlike a skill hunter, he had both hands free to use. In addition to the 6th place work, a member of Baku's Tower Phantom Brigade with a large bust opening. A glamorous woman tall in a suit with an eagle nose, reindeer eyelashes, she has a cool and righteous personality. Among the Phantom Brigade, interrogation and information gathering were her annual abilities, the names of which are unknown, but they included the ability to read memories, the ability to materialize a pistol, and a memory bomb emitted from that pistol. The ability to read memories is the ability to read memories by touching people or objects, and in the case of objects, it reads information about events or people related to the object, and in the case of people, it reads memories associated with Baku's other questions, but it does not read the image of the subject, but the deepest, most energetic memories, making any perjury or resistance impossible. However, even if the information is known, it is revealed. There was a risk of taking it down if it was not connected to the other person's memory at all, writing on other questions. At this time, no matter how many cases he talked about, he could not extract information from Kurapika because he was not conscious of A in Kurapika, which gives A for every 2 people when the ability was used. However, with interrogation being in charge, it is the perfect ability. Also, the memory bomb emitted from the embodied pistol was able to put the read memories or one's own memories into the embodied ball, and the opponent shot by this bullet with the shooting ability could obtain the memories put into the bullet. Other than Baku, Kurapika stabbed 2 people with a judgment chain, but out of his feelings for his friends, he put the information he said into the ball and handed over his memories to a member of the Phantom Brigade, who died. This is the episode that made me surprised that there is a character who chooses to die with his friends in the Phantom Brigade, which was thought to be a brutal murderous group, and at the same time, my liking for them skyrocketed. Day 5, Leolin Leolin is a chameleon-shaped chimerant and former division commander. After the death of his superior, he sets out on a wandering journey to become king himself, accompanied by the ants under his command. He has 3 telekinetic abilities, the ability to become invisible, and accomplice on a perfect plan. First, like a chameleon, he can become invisible. The second ability, perfect plan, is marked by any recognition of the eye Leolin's presence while he stops breathing. However, since any residual scent or bloodstains away from the eye Raglan's body will be recognized, it is possible for someone to detect the presence of someone while the ability is in effect, and even if they cannot be detected, they can be directly touched, so there is a risk of being hit by an attack unleashed by an enemy. Merlo and Ron can stop breathing for a maximum of 3 minutes. This alone is quite powerful, but what further boosted Leolin's greatness was his third ability, Accomplice in the Deep Sea, which is linked to the effect of the perfect plan on anything Leolin touches with his hands while the perfect plan is in effect, and since it also affects the sound of his accomplice, he is not recognized even when he uses his ability. The sound of the accomplice is also affected, so it will not be recognized even if he uses his ability. Thanks to the poly combo, it is rumored that Leolin may be the strongest telekinetic in the work. When he used this ability to fight the guards, he was very active, teaming up with Knuckle to attack without being recognized by the finger, and with Kira to drop lightning and block the finger's movement. There is a widespread theory that if he had teamed up with another character instead of Knuckle, he could have bull-panned him, and this ability had that much potential. 4th Cherry 3rd, Cherry Danny is a prince of the Charged Empire who first appeared in the Dark Continent version. He is the last owner of Pinot 3 and the one who posted a large number of eye-reflecting tablets on a dark site and is Kurapika's current target. He is a snack maniac who dismantles young women he brings to the hotels he owns, and is quite psychopathic. He was said to be a gem of the Kentekel was learned at a faster rate than the others, and the result of the triangular formula turned out to be a special terrain. In the Mission 2 formula, he showed an unusual reaction to the naked store boiling and smelling rotten, and his subordinate Peter, who can use telekinesis, what a disastrous aura he has. This person is also very dangerous and should not be allowed to learn telekinesis. Continuing the momentary 10-second friend, he could continue to see further into the future and began to move at the same time. The first 10 seconds of reality can greet the first 10 seconds of action. In addition, during his training, he unknowingly creates special terrain year-round out of instinct, and his ability and strength are still unknown. 3. Kurapika. Kurapika is one of the main characters of the well-known Hunter x Hunter. He is the last survivor of the Korta tribe that was destroyed by the Phantom Brigade. He became a hunter in order to avenge his people and recover the stolen eyeballs of his friends. Normally, he is an embodied type of psychic and uses chains of living blood, but he has a peculiar constitution that changes into a special terrain at the time of the day 8. His ability to draw out 100% of the power of the Emperor Time sword system increases the absolute amount of bola. However, the recoil is also severe, and prolonged use can cause fatigue to the point of putting the user to sleep for several days, and the user was in pain throughout the 8th degree. Furthermore, when the lifespan was reduced by 1 hour per second of activation, it turned out to be a tremendous restriction. But of course, the strength of the ability was tremendous, and using the ball chain while the Emperor Time was activated dramatically increased the recovery power to the point that the lever key could instantly sense the leaking arm that had been hit by the lever key. We made it possible for the strongest enhanced ability moves in the Phantom Brigade, such as being able to inflict damage with a mere punch. Although his ability is powerful, there are also great restrictions on it. In the battle for the throne, he collapsed from overuse of his ability, and he lost 5 years of life by using his Emperor Time for 12 hours straight. 2. Felton is a chimera ant sidekick on Nefertiti Island. He is one of the Slang Elves. He was a cat-shaped ant. His personality is capricious and he is the type that gets carried away with fun things like fishing with his mouth, and he is very loyal to 4. He has a very eerie aura, and the flames to his stake can reach up to a 2 km radius. 3. Party 2 formula results in a special terrain, but he uses a combination of many abilities, including a research vessel and embodied type abilities. The Dr. Brush Telepsakura. Dr. Blush is the ability to manipulate and create dolls, and Dr. Brush Telepsakura. Dr. Blush is the ability to materialize a surgeon doll face doll and make it repair and remodel the body, and even dead people can only be remade so that they do not decompose, and women cannot. Telepsychoria is an ability that Nefertiti and others use to fight in the battlefield, and it causes a ballerina-like doll to emerge and fight by manipulating the human body with strings. After being defeated by Khan, she became a posthumous year and manipulated the main body to remove the golden arm. 1st Chrono Crollo is the leader of the Phantom Brigade and is a cool-headed, knowledgeable person with high leadership and charisma. His abilities were limited to those that allow him to steal the abilities of others and use them as his own by fulfilling the 4 skill hunter requirements. The ability is encapsulated in an embodied moral mastery, and the person from whom it is stolen will not be able to use the ability. However, the conditions are difficult to achieve, and a strong opponent makes it difficult to steal. However, if you take good countermeasures and aesthetize your ability in advance, you will be almost invincible. At the time of Waiting Place River, we gathered the abilities necessary to eliminate the secretary and succeeded in overwhelming and suffocating him. What I used at that time was the double face newly attached to the skill hunter. This, Toppy's Gallery Fake Shoulder Come Black Star Meteor Street Elders 3 Ideas, without the Tom converted version, comboed these abilities and fell at the mercy of the people. The most powerful ranking of the special terrain abilities is 2 or more. There were a few characters in the ranking who are not combatants, but they are all powerful as abilities, since special terrain is a lineage that is only expressed in special bloodlines and there are only a few people who have the ability. Which ability is your favorite? That's all for this time. See you in the next video.